Today on Retro for You, we've got one of the original PlayStation 3 launch models with a PlayStation 2 hardware inside, which means it's backwards compatible. It's basically 3 PlayStations in one. So you got the PlayStation 2 hardware inside, which allows it to play PlayStation 2 games and also PlayStation 1, but also you got the PS3 as well hardware. Now, unfortunately, this thing isn't working, so I think it's worth trying to save. Also, it's beginning to weigh quite a ton on my arm here. So, on that note, let's crack on and see if we can get this thing sorted. So we do have power on this thing, but all we get is a red light. Now what happens when we turn this on, hopefully you can see there's TV there on the other one, is it turns on with a green light, as you can see, and it beeps, but we get no display, and more importantly, no hard drive light as well. So that's pointing to something that isn't quite right. So we have no hard drive light, we have a green light. That's all it does, is sit there on the green light. Now I can try and reset it, but it doesn't want to reset. All it'll do is beep once and then turn off. There it goes, when it should really carry on now and reset the graphics. Now same again, we can plug in the AV lead here that we have. So let's just plug in this AV lead. We'll unplug the HDMI. We'll change the source to AV. There it is, AV. And we'll do the same again. We'll turn it on. So on we go again, this time on AV. Same again, green light. Now the strange thing is with this is the disk drive does seem to want to work, and it does eject and take a disk in and out. But the thing is, it does not want to display any image at all. Now, these are prone to failing caps, I know that, but I don't think this is a cap problem. Now, Googling online for this, you find lots of things about this issue. People saying you can remove the hard drive. So let's just try that. In theory, removing the hard drive should do nothing, I think. But let's just quickly pull this hard drive out. So we can pull the hard drive out like so. Now what this should do now is it should come up with some image or some message. It should come up with some image or message saying something like software not found, hard drive not found, etc. So let's just plug that in. Switch it to HDMI again. Now, the same again, it doesn't display anything. I'm going to leave it for a minute just in case it's taking its time, but I don't think it is. I think there's something wrong with this, and I think it's something to do with the RSX chip, which is basically the main GPU, because there's a certain way these PlayStations boot, and I'm going to explain that now, which has led me to a theory that I think is wrong with this machine. In theory, from what I've googled, the way the PlayStation 3 works is first you press this power button, then the power supply comes online. Next, the system controller does its checks and says if everything's A-OK. The next step is the south bridge starts to initialize the hardware. After the south bridge is initialized, then the RSX should kick in. And this, I think, is a point where this is actually failing. It's getting to the point where the south bridge is starting, but then it's not getting to the point where the RSX is initializing, because after that it should access the hard drive and load the OS, etc. But I think at that point, after the south bridge is initialized, this machine is stuck. So the plan is we're going to strip it down and we're going to have a look inside. Now I bought this, it cost me the great sum of £10. I bought it from a car boot. It was just underneath one of the tables, and I thought I'd take a chance on it. So I've never taken one of these apart, so this is a first for me. So I'm probably going to wing it a bit. So just listen to some music and we'll crack on and we'll see if we can get it apart. Well, let's hope anyway. and we now have the PlayStation board. Now there is the RSX chip here, and this is the one I think that is causing the trouble. Do try and reflow this. Is it worth a try? Now I do have a heat plate, don't I? I could flux it up and I could do a reflow. Or do you think I just try and clean it off first? Because it is bone dry. But you can just peel this stuff off. But will it make a difference? Because before, it wasn't even initiating, was it? Now I'm just going to give that a nice clean off.
1 hour later.
So I've repasted it now with some MX4 and I've got it almost together now. So we're just going to see what happens. I'm just going to turn it on and see if we get any change at all. So again, we've just got a green light. We've got no signal on the TV at all. Let's just see if we can actually reset it now. I don't think we can. No. So it's still behaving exactly the same way. So it's booting so far, but not far enough. It's not getting as far as initiating the RSX graphics chip. So what the plan is for next week is I'm going to grab hold of a temperature probe and I'm going to attempt a reflow using my heat plate. Now, if it does work, then all good. We've proven our point on this, that it was the RSX chip failing to initialize, which I'm about 85% sure this is the problem with this machine. And if it does come on, there's no guarantee it's going to work. This is just more of a test to prove the diagnostics on this machine. It could work, it may not, but I'm just going to take a chance because I only paid like 10 quid for this anyway. So if it goes completely wrong, it goes completely wrong, but we need to try. And I want to get a thermometer that we can place on top of the RSX while I'm reflowing it, just so it can check that it won't go too hot, because we don't want to warp this board, etc. So next week we'll crack on and we'll have a go at that and we'll see if we can get it working. Now, I'm sorry for it being a short video. It was one sort of done on the whim on a Sunday night because I had to get this new equipment installed in the shed. I'm now upgrading my recording computer, etc., and I had to restart all my software. So hopefully things will start looking better soon. If you've watched this video, then please hit the like button. Don't forget, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to check out my YouTube buddies down below, the likes of Captain Commodore and 8-Bit Retro Refix. And I shall see you next week back on this PS3 with a heat plate, and we'll see if we can get any display on this thing. See you next time. Bye.